Yeah, I had to click go live. Why? I've never needed to do that ever once.
Rochdale.
Jesus. Okay.
Forest Green Rovers.
Are we live?
They've got Big Duncan, haven't they?
They have. Are we ready?
Yeah. Oh, it's working. Okay.
Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. I am Mike, and I'm with Julian.
Hello.
And Brogan.
Hello.
And apologies for the lateness. We had some gremlins in the works. Again.
Always. New problems after new problems.
Always problems. But we've got a very packed show, so we're going to crack on with it. We're going to talk about Bitcoin hitting $100,000. We're going to talk about CBDCs in the UK. We're going to talk about North Korea, NFT news, and an AMA at the end. So please feel free to ask questions as we go along. But before we start, please note, none of this is financial advice. We are here for entertainment purposes only, where you tune in to either laugh with us or
At us.
And before we start, Brogan is going to have a look at the crypto prices.
23,102.
23,079.
Close, aren't we?
I think we're close.
Let me just refresh the page and make sure we have the most up-to-date price. Would you like to repeat your guesses?
23,102.
No, he's cheating. What did you say?
23,070 some.
Yeah, it's 23,070.
Okay. 22,000. What's he done? Has he dropped his camera?
the camera went walkabouts again.
What's the price?
22,909. 23,000.
There you go, 23,000.
23,000, there you go.
Brilliant.
23,000.
Yeah.
It's not bad, is it?
Not bad at all.
Huh?
It's holding the line,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Like Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. I think Johnny Cash held it better
Yeah.
because he didn't fall over
Yeah.
halfway through last year and then stagger for 6 months to get back up again.
Yeah. Great man though, Johnny Cash.
He was a great man.
Great man.
Great man.
Very religious man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very lovely music,
Yeah.
wasn't he? But he was a bit of a rebel. The CIA investigated him.
Oh, very much a rebel.
Very much a rebel.
Yeah.
Did a lot of time on Bird, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he used to visit the prisons and preach to them as well.
He did.
Do you know at the end of every one of the prayers he said, he whispered, "And thanks for the drugs."
Did he?
Fact.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Right, so we've had a bit of Johnny Cash. Brogan's still hammering away, so we need to.
He's in the engine room
He
again.
is. So let's talk about
Yep.
why we're at 23,000 again.
Yep.
And give Brogan some time to get his bits together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that.
We've levelled off,
We have leveled
which
off.
is brilliant news.
Well, we crabbed
Yeah.
at 18,000 for a good, what it felt like a year, probably only about.
It felt like 16,000, to be honest, for a long, long time.
Yeah. Well, we've had some news today, which is that the American economy, I think it grew by 2.9%, which is higher than expectations.
Because of the lack of recession that we've never entered.
Lack of recession that you think we've never entered.
Never entered it.
Even though I think we were in it for about a year.
It's like a ghost recession.
It was.
It didn't exist.
I know. Well, yeah, it kind of did. A little bit.
It didn't really.
Okay. Well, I think it did.
Didn't.
We'll beg to differ. Let's differ on this.
All
one.
right, fair
Let's
enough.
not differ.
All right.
I haven't got any energy for an argument at this stage in
No,
the...
I haven't either. I've not got it in me.
No, you haven't.
And it's one of my favourite topics.
It is. I bet you're a bit tired now, aren't you?
I am.
There was a bit of an incident before
Bit
the
of an
stream.
incident, yeah. I took running up that hill. I like Kate Bush.
You were.
All the way home.
Yeah.
And that wasn't one of my favourite things.
No.
But I'll tell you what 3 of my favourite things are.
Go on.
Eating my family and not using commas. Hey, you can have that one.
Hey, it's a cracker. It's so good. No one's tuned in.
Hey.
We're live.
We are live. We're here. I'm here now. I'm back in the room.
Commas. It's a cracker.
The engine room, I've put out most of the fire,
Yeah.
but the panel is still on fire. But the train is still going forward somehow. So I'm going to leave the engine room and come back to the cabin. I'm here.
Brilliant.
Are we ready to go on the well on the bed?
Yes.
Go on to the
We
well.
are screaming word on the bird. I can't wait.
First tweet. Watch a guru just in EU to require banks to hold a euro of own capital hold a euro of own capital for every euro they hold it. Huh? Oh, okay. A euro of capital for every euro they hold in.
I'll tell you what.
Are they going to be able
They
to
need
do
to
that?
hold capital worth of how much they hold in the bank.
Right.
So,
Back it up.
Like they've now suggested that crypto exchanges do.
correct. So for the reserves,
Yeah.
for every $100 of crypto,
Yeah.
they require $100 of real money
To
in the
stop
bank
them going under.
to stop them from fractionalizing
Yeah.
their reserves
Yeah.
and dying.
Yep.
Now, this is big news. There's actually two. Is the second one? Bring the second one up because I think the second one is also to do with this.
Are they going to
Kind
be
of-
able to do this, though, these banks?
Yeah, they will, because they'll use. Last week, or was it Monday? That's the second time I've knocked my camera
Yeah.
over.
This is a
Last
mess.
Monday we spoke about Binance offering the cold storage
Yeah.
for institutional investors.
Yeah.
That could cover banks.
Right.
So banks could use Binance to provide all of their crypto services
Yeah.
in return for a fee, which
Yeah.
would be then passed on to the end user. And the second tweet, which Brogan is going to bring
Yep,
up.
I have.
Well, let's hit Julian with this bombshell.
All right, just in. EU committee approves base policy to let banks hold 2% of its capital in Bitcoin.
Now then, do you remember Paddy Pants Down
Yes.
and his U-turn?
Yeah.
It's pretty rapid U-turn
Very much
that he
so.
had, Paddy
Yeah.
Pants Down. Well, the EU appear to have done such
Exactly the same.
exactly the same. The U-turn on crypto,
Yeah.
to me, is dramatic because we had Ursula Andress, or whatever she was called, from the European
Yeah.
Bank, saying that crypto was a scam, it's a Ponzi scheme, it's going to ruin the economy, we need to protect the euro, blah, 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 blah. Then in the next breath, EU banks can hold crypto, EU banks can hold 2% of their reserves in crypto, and the EU CBDC will be coming out shortly. So
What's the CBDC again?
it is a central bank digital currency
So owned by a nation.
owned by a sovereign nation such as the United Kingdom
Yeah.
or the EU,
So the UK could have the digital pound in effect.
which we're going to get onto later on
Yes,
in
we
the
are.
stream.
Fantastic.
So that's good news.
Yeah.
But my question is really,
Will it be pound for pound?
well, it won't be pound for pound
Pound
because
for electric pound.
there's no the normal pound will be gone.
Oh,
Yes. And it will
that's
be
never going to happen, is it? Short term.
Yeah, it'll be the end of currency. Well, 92 or 97% of all currencies are digital anyway.
Yeah.
So we're only talking about a few billion in physical
Yeah.
cash. So once that's been taken out of circulation, everything will become digital. I mean, China have done it. China's moved over to the digital yuan. We'll do it at some point.
Yeah.
But my question was, Brogan, on this, why are the EU on one hand saying that cryptocurrency is a scam, and on the other hand allowing banks and institutions to roll it out willy-nilly?
Right. Yeah, we've seen this a couple of times before with many influential people saying things like, "Oh, don't buy currency, Bitcoin, for example. Don't buy Bitcoin. Don't buy Bitcoin." Then they buy the Bitcoin, and then they all of a sudden go, "Oh, Bitcoin's actually not that bad, is it?" And then everyone buys Bitcoin. It's a social engineering idea that you lie to them and say, "Okay, Bitcoin's bad," so that if you're as influential enough, Bitcoin will stay low. Let's say you're really influential, like the government, for example. You say, "Okay, Bitcoin's really bad." And then since you're so influential, you can actually alter the price or change the course of the price of Bitcoin, depending on what you say. Then you can buy up all this Bitcoin, which is on the market, and then change your mind, and then more people then going to buy Bitcoin because of what you said. So it's just simply that they want to buy this Bitcoin in high volume at a cheap price, so they can use it later on when the value's higher, when they endorse it later on down the line.
Wow. Straight off the bat.
Proper that, wasn't it?
All right, what's the next tweet, mister?
The next tweet is
Hollywood, should I say?
hold on, let me alt tab to it. Nayib Bukele.
Yep. The president of El Salvador.
Yes. In the past year, almost every legacy international news outlet said that because of our Bitcoin bet, El Salvador was going to default on its debt by January 2023, since we had an $800 million bond maturing today.
Yes.
Literally hundreds of articles.
Yes.
There's a picture of him from an article. Yeah. So, yeah.
So this chap, first country in the world to introduce Bitcoin as legal tender.
Yep.
The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, the EU, America, everybody came after him. They basically said that their currency was junk, etc. And he's now paying off the debt of his country, and he's buying a Bitcoin a day or a Bitcoin a week. I can't remember what it is, but it's quite a lot of Bitcoin that he's buying. And he's building schools, he's building geothermal plants to generate the energy to create the Bitcoin to then sell, etc. So as far as I'm concerned, he's the pioneer of fighting back against the institutions who are trying to control him. So this is good news for me. What do you think, Brogan? Good news?
This is great news, yeah.
Great news. Right, is there another one? One more word on the bird?
Yes, there is. I'm just setting some stuff up in the background. It is from worldchart.org. Breaking: EU will allow banks to hold 2%. Same tweet we had saw earlier.
So we've done all the tweets.
Yes.
Done the tweets.
Let's move on then.
Different source, but same thing.
Let's move on then to the main article.
Oh.
Yes.
Which is $100,000 Bitcoin.
When?
When Lambo?
When Lambo?
Is that what you're asking
I
me?
don't talk about in that manner. It's just nonsense
Okay.
again.
When moon? Well, we're going to teach you some of these expressions later on.
I won't be using them.
When we go to the popular meme section.
Yes. Exciting section. Fun section.
Exciting section.
Go on then. What's in
Already?
the article? Yeah.
We are ready.
Peter Schiff comments on his bad Bitcoin advice and speaks about $100,000 for Bitcoin. Renowned economist and equally well-known cryptocurrency critic Peter Schiff has commented on his poor predictions for Bitcoin. He stated that what could be worse than giving advice to sell Bitcoin ahead of its 30% rally would only be to participate in that very rally and then crash to levels even lower. He said on Twitter, "You mean so someone said on Twitter, talking to him, I assume. You mean besides telling people to sell, what will you tell them at 100k? I have a feeling you'll be joining them." And he responded with, "I probably won't tell them anything at Bitcoin 100k dollars, as it's unlikely Bitcoin will ever trade that high." I think that was actually pretty recent, yeah.
Now then, a couple of things about Peter Schiff. Is there anything else in the article you want to add?
That's the end of the article, actually.
Right, okay.
I don't really know.
So Peter Schiff is Mr. Gold.
He likes gold, does he?
He's a gold digger,
Right.
right? Not in the Jay-Z, not Jay-Z.
No,
Who was he
no.
called?
Kanye West.
Kanye. Right?
Kanye West. Not in the Kanye West style gold digger,
Yeah.
but little man with an axe or
Right.
a pickaxe
Yeah.
type of gold
Hi
digger.
ho.
Yeah. So he's been advising his investors for years to buy gold, hold gold, store a value. Gold's done nothing for 20 odd years.
No.
He doesn't like Bitcoin. He sees it as a direct threat.
Which it is.
Which it is.
It's a competitor.
It's a competitor. And he has been telling people to sell Bitcoin since it was $3,000. It's a scam. And here we are, 7x later, it's a scam. Except this time he's changed his tune. And now he's saying, well, when I said it was impossible to hit $100,000, I didn't mean impossible. What I really meant by the word impossible was improbable. Now,
They're two different things.
two completely different things, Mr. Schiff. And as the title of the stream says, he's talking Schiff. Absolute Schiff. And the reason being is Bitcoin has a long way to go to catch up with the market cap or the value of gold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fraction of what gold
Yeah.
is worth. But I think he's starting to see it as a threat because it hasn't gone away. And it's getting bigger and bigger and it's getting more publicity.
Yeah.
So I think there's two parts to this conversation. Number one, why would you listen to somebody who is a direct competitor of Bitcoin about the value of Bitcoin?
Yeah.
You wouldn't, would you? No, it'd be like talking to a sports star about another football team or another soccer team.
Yeah.
He's never going to talk well of them. And that's what he's been doing for probably about the last 5 or 6 years. The second point is, if we ignore Peter Schiff and we talk about, is it going to hit $100,000? Before I get into my reasoning, Julian, do you think we could see $100,000 Bitcoin?
At some time.
No, in the next bull run. So the next
No, I
bull
think
run
it's
is going to.
That's a bit far away.
So the next bull run is going to start sometime after March next year.
So what are we in at the moment then?
We have come out of the bear market. The previous all-time
So
high.
we need the bear, no bull.
No, we're in the crab, which is your favourite.
I hate that.
What's it called? The trough, isn't it? Or the recovery of an economic cycle.
Yeah.
You got the recession. Is it the trough? Or is that because it's like that part. So I don't know. We're in that part. There we go.
So is it going to be in this state until it gets back to the price it was before?
No. Well, according to your very own prediction,
60
$60,000.
by the end of this year.
You're expecting $60,000
Yeah,
by the end of the year,
yeah,
which is before the start of the next bull run.
correct.
And now you've just said to me that it's not going to hit 100,000
Because I
by
thought
the end
that-
of the next bull
no,
run.
I thought we were in a current bull run.
No,
I thought as soon as we came out of the badness, we were into the bullness.
no.
You need the recovery, and then you get
Right.
Always
okay.
remember it's darkest before the dawn.
Then yes, I think it can.
What do you think, Brogan? Let's
I
move quickly
don't
on.
know, but I'm pretty sure we looked at two graphs, didn't we, recently?
Forget your graphs. I keep telling you about the graphs.
But we looked at two graphs where I think I can't remember the exact figures, but we looked at two graphs. Do we not?
I'm shaking my head at Julian.
Alright, I think me.
The Luddite in the
graphs
corner.
are just hopeless.
No, but
I
there
told you what
were
they are.
two graphs where two graphs of the same situation, similar situation we've been in right now, and we've both seen I'm not sure what time frame it was over. I don't know if it was a year or not, but at the end of it, we came out on top. I don't know how big of a disparity it was, but we did come out on top. So, considering so the question is, do I think Bitcoin will reach 100 grand by the end of this year or by the end of the bull run?
By the end
This bull run.
of the next bull run,
Okay.
which is when the Schiff talker thinks it's possible rather than impossible.
No.
You don't think we're going to hit 100,000?
No.
All right.
Because the halving is later on, isn't it? A bit later on?
No. The halving is March next year.
Right.
The bull run starts after the halving. That's the point of the bull run, because the bull run occurs after the supply shock of the halving. And what happens?
Put your finger in the air and make a yes or a no. Forget the graphs.
Oh my God, he's off again with the graphs.
The graphs are just like images of journeys
Yes.
to different destinations.
Right. Let me explain without using a graph, because Julian doesn't like graphs.
I love graphs.
The last
but
bull
Bitcoin
run,
graphs are nonsense.
the last bull run, we hit 18,000.
Yes.
The one before last, sorry.
Yeah.
The last bull run, we hit 69,000.
Yes.
Which is roughly a 4x.
Yeah.
Now, if we say we get nowhere near a 4x and we do a 2x, that puts the end of the next bull run at about $140,000.
Yeah.
Now, the only psychological barrier to this for me is $99,900. And people are either going to be buying or selling at that point. And for me, I think we're going to hit 135, 140,000 at the next bull run, just based on the cycle where you kind of shoots up and then it starts to go,
Seems pretty unanimous then.
So I think 100,000.
Yeah.
100,000 is easy.
Absolutely nothing about it. Me are saying yes, it will.
Yeah.
The graphs say that it will, and you're using previous historical data
Yes.
to say that it will.
Absolutely will. We're going to hit $140,000 in the next bull run. And that's a minimum, because that's only a 2x from the previous all-time high.
Yeah.
So I think Peter's right, but also wrong, because no matter what that man says, I'm never going to agree with him.
Schiff.
He's an absolute shift taker.
Yeah.
So should we move on
Let's move on.
before we alienate any?
We agreed somehow.
We've
on that.
agreed. We've agreed using very aggressive speech
Yeah.
with each other.
We did, yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, we all said a completely kind of different thing. We all
But
looked at it
came
completely
back to
differently.
the same thing.
I even said something completely wrong, but we
Yeah.
all came to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
We love each
Which is
other. That's
crazy.
why we love each other. But not only do we love each other, we love our viewers.
We don't love. Right. Like, we don't. Let's think about this. The first person, let's say a person comes into our channel.
Oh my word! Yeah,
Wait, hear me out.
we don't need this big run up.
No, we do.
Are
Hear me
there
out.
any people on there that liked my joke again? Because if it were missed, then
They've just left.
Yeah.
They've literally just left.
If you're coming in for the first time, we
There's
do love
nobody
you.
watching
but
now.
what will make you love, what will make
There's
us
nobody
love
watching.
you even more is if you scroll down, subscribed, turn notifications on, so you didn't or don't or do not miss anything we do in the future. Okay.
What's the next topic?
Next topic, please. We do the big run up when we have people watching.
I know, no, but
there's
if
nobody
people,
watching.
But if people watch back, then it's just there in the intro. And if people only watch a certain percentage of our stream back, then we need to do it in the start to make sure those people who we can catch them
Okay,
before
let's
they leave.
do the next article.
Yeah. We
don't need an explanation.
No,
I'm
no,
with
I
you.
do, because you're arguing with me doing it, but I need to prove myself doing it badly. Anyways, reports: crypto adoption hits new milestones. Global crypto owners reach 425 million in 2022.
So this is positive.
Very good.
This is why it's gone in here. This is a good news day.
So what's that? 400
25 million people,
individuals have a touch on crypto.
have a touch on crypto. And there's a breakdown, isn't there? Isn't there a nice chart?
Yep.
What does the chart say? Or what's the rest of the article?
I was going to say, moreover, the report reveals that the number of Bitcoin owners, especially, reached 290 million in December, while the number of Ether owners reached 87 million. I'll find the graph. Here we go. So here's the graph. That's a crazy graph.
It is an absolutely crazy
A
graph.
wild bar chart. So total number of global crypto owners in millions. I'm just going to go from January to December. Big numbers.
How can we measure things if we don't use graphs?
There's no point yet. It's too early to measure things.
But you've got to
Why?
start your graphs somewhere.
But they're meaningless.
They're
They're
not
not
meaningless.
They are.
How are they meaningless?
Totally meaningless.
We've had
What's the
Bitcoin and
point?
crypto for 14 years.
Yeah, but you're looking for a trend out of that. There aren't any.
It's not. We're not looking for a trend. We're trying to
Look up there. Look
trying
at the
to
trend.
establish
Look at the trend.
We're trying to establish and exaggerate a point that people are starting to adopt crypto.
Yeah, I'm not with it.
I am.
I'm not having it.
You know why that is? Because you're a non-believer. You're not in it for the tech, are you? You're in it
No, I'm
for
not
a
in it
quick buck.
I am. Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's not that quick, to be fair.
Like a slow book.
Yeah, it is.
It is a slow book.
Slow book.
Exactly. A bit like a donkey book rather than a fast book.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's
Before
slow,
it books, it
tedious.
trips over, so it has to get back up again
Yeah.
and then books.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
So, have we got
But,
any
I
more
mean, yeah.
information about this?
I just wanted to emphasize the 306 million people owning crypto to 425 in December. Let me scroll down.
It's a huge spike. That's 23 million people in December
Yeah.
took up crypto. Now, would you argue any of that has got anything
Here
to
we
do with
go.
the fact that Crypto.com was plastered all over the World Cup?
Possibly.
This
Yeah.
is a good point here, which I think we'll get onto later on.
No, take it away.
The strongest growth of Bitcoin ownership in 2022 happened in April, where the Central African Republic, CAR, became the second country to adopt the cryptocurrency as legal tender. So
Car.
CAR is abbreviation of Central African Republic.
Oh, right, okay.
I just wanted to point that out because, there's stuff going
That
on
makes
with
sense.
It makes
you
perfect
know, mobile
sense, doesn't
banking
it?
and stuff in
Yeah.
Africa. It's great. It's perfect for them with like remittances and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we're going to get onto that later,
Yes,
aren't we?
we are.
We've got a touchy
A question.
Bit of a shout out for Peter, who is watching. Peter is watching. We
Pete.
have a viewer.
Hi, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
Peter who?
Peter Lee.
Peter Lee.
Yeah. Called Peter Lee.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's watching.
I am as well.
I'm hoping that we can answer any questions that Peter may have.
Yeah.
Yes, if Peter
about
does have a
anything.
question.
About anything.
Really.
Any questions you got, Peter?
If you look
Yeah.
to the right of your screen, there should be a comment box there which you can tiddly tattle in.
Exactly.
Ask
Yeah.
us a question.
Right then, let's move on to. This is a boring topic, I'm afraid, Peter. So we'll speak to Peter directly because
Might as well. Yeah.
Might as
Yeah,
well.
he's the only other person watching.
So-
Hello, Peter. This is Peter's stream.
It's a little bit complex. We'll try and break it down.
What are we on about?
This is the
Yeah.
especially the Bank of England.
Yeah.
They've been researching basically digital currencies for
Right.
a while now.
Right.
So what they want to do is they want to get rid of pounds, shillings, and pence.
Yeah.
want to get rid of it all, and they want to make a digital pound.
Right.
And that digital pound is called a CBDC, which
not
stands
very
for
snappy, is it?
exactly Central Bank Digital Currency.
It's not great, that.
So I think we should maybe think of a name that we
Lecky
could
pound.
call it. Who?
The Lecky pound.
The Lecky pound.
Yeah.
What would I call it?
E-pound.
I would go for squids.
What?
Squids.
No.
Why? It's like calling it a brick. That's
Because
more like-
it's you've got to think of something that
Magpie.
goes with quid or pound, haven't you? So squid for me.
E-pound.
E-pound. yeah. E-quid. E-squid. They're all great names. Anyway, so the UK want to introduce the E-pound. Let's
Yeah.
call it that for now.
I think people will.
And they've got past the point now of probably looking at feasibility.
Yeah.
And they're looking to take on staff.
Wow.
So do you want to? There's not much to this article.
No, I should point it out, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I think we've put a link on
We do.
to the actual job description,
Yep.
which if I was
From the Bank of
Peter,
England themselves, I'm pretty sure.
Get
I'd-
himself in there.
I'd apply for this.
Yeah, you should. Right. In crypto, UK Treasury seeks digital pound head on LinkedIn. Government seeks leader as it mulls instruction of central bank digital currency ahead of public consultation. UK Treasury is advertising for a lead on its proposed central bank digital currency on LinkedIn. The 24-month contract of a head of central bank digital currency is based in London or Darlington and pays £61,000 to £67,000. The closing date for applications is Tuesday, the 7th of February.
Yeah.
The successful candidate will be responsible for leadership of Her Majesty's Treasury's work on the potential digital pound.
It's a proper mouthful, that one.
Yes. A UK central bank digital currency. This work is important, complex, and cross-cutting, and the leadership will involve extensive engagement across and beyond Her Majesty's Treasury.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of words.
Words and words and words.
Big article, but
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I've got one big question.
Here it is.
Sorry?
I've got one big question out of that because
What's that?
that's quite seismic in terms of its progression.
Yeah.
Do you get to choose whether you live in London or Darlington? Because it says the salary, I believe, is from 61 up to 67.
Yeah.
So if you're in London on 67 grand a year,
Yeah.
you're going to be living like a pauper.
Yeah.
If you're on 61 grand a year in Darlington,
You own Middlesbrough Football Club.
you are the king of Darlow. And 122 grand in 24 months in Darlington. Wow.
Yeah, you could buy Cleethorpes, couldn't
You've
you?
got acreage.
You've got the
probably-
small holding.
You've moved into wearing cords and a smoking jacket.
So I've got some more
You
information.
bought yourself a lordship
More
and a
information
viscounts.
and different information.
Yeah.
So the salary is between £62,000 and £70,000.
That's even better.
Even more.
Yeah.
There's some packages. The closing date is actually 29th of January, not the.
So anyone listening that fancies a job in
Peter,
Cleethorpes,
Give it a go.
give it a go.
Give it a go.
And so the
give it a
package is
go.
a non-contributory career average pension giving guaranteed retirement benefit of a 95th of your annual salary. Yeah,
Brilliant.
so that.
All you've got to do in the interview is just say the word cryptos, the internets, and the blockchains, and you've got the job, haven't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
25 days annual leave with option to buy up to 13 additional days for flexible benefits.
Brilliant.
Medical. Yeah, that's it.
So there we go. So we've now got to the point where they're taking on the members of the team
Yeah.
to make this digital currency.
Sounds like it's projected to take 2 years.
Going to take 2 years, and away we go.
We have a digital UK currency.
Digital UK currency. No more pennies in your pocket. It does cost an awful lot of money to have your own currency. That's why lots of these smaller countries don't have it.
Yeah.
Because it costs a fortune to actually make it.
It does.
And I think, is it somewhere in Scotland that actually produces money that gets sent around the world?
Oh, really?
Yes, there's a printers of cash somewhere in Scotland. Is it Scotland or down south? I can't remember. If anyone watching knows,
Yeah.
let us know. But I think there's somewhere in the UK that prints money
For other countries.
for other countries, yeah. So it's not that exciting, but it's just another example of
Ignore that. It didn't happen.
how adoption is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we couldn't go any further backwards if we tried. Let's move on to our friends in North Korea.
Friends?
Yeah, we've got friends in North Korea.
Do we have friends in North Korea?
Big shout out to our North Korean watchers.
We've had this dodgy then, some awful ends, like racist.
Oh, racist? How's it racist?
We're
No,
not
not
gonna have-
I thought you were going to do something.
No.
I was like, oh.
No.
But it's unfortunate they won't be able to watch us, will they?
Yeah, they don't know who we are as friends because they can't.
Oh, we
see us.
can.
They
How?
won't be able to watch us, will
They
they?
can. Yeah, they can watch us through the VPNs.
No, they can't. 'Cause
Of
they
course
don't
they
have any
can.
electric.
Of course they do.
Yeah, electricity gets turned off for like most of the day.
Yeah, it's
Craziness
turned
you're
off.
speaking about.
We're Mr. Worldwides though, aren't we?
We're what?
Mr.'s Worldwides,
Yeah.
aren't we? So we're known everywhere, aren't we?
We are. We're internationally
That's
famous.
why we have-
We're YouTube famous, as they say.
So what's happening in North Korea then?
Well, just a bit of background before Brogan goes on about this.
Yeah.
North Korea,
Yeah.
one of the largest contributors to their GDP is theft and hacking.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly, factually. They pay for their military
Yeah.
by stealing cryptocurrency and funds from other countries.
They hacked with, were it Warner Brothers?
Yes.
Famously.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So they're very good at hacking, which I suppose in some lights it's not a positive thing.
Not really.
Not really. And in this instance, the FBI, who are to be completely trusted in all things they've ever done,
Yep, squeaky.
they've blamed North Korea.
Surprise.
Take it away.
FBI blames North Korea for $100 million crypto heist.
Yeah.
The FBI Monday evening blamed North Korean government-linked hackers for stealing $100 million worth of cryptocurrency last June from a California-based firm.
Which I think is very unfair to blame.
It's one of a series of digital heists
they've
that
done
the
it.
U.S. officials worry Pyongyang will use to fund its illicit nuclear and ballistic weapons program.
Maybe they need the weapons to look after themselves.
In the June hack, the
They're near
intruders
South
targeted
Korea,
a bridge
aren't they?
or
They're
program that
not
allows
happy.
for the transfer of cryptocurrency run by Harmony, a California-based cryptocurrency
That's right.
firm.
Yeah, they hacked. Was it the wormhole they hacked?
Yeah, bridge.
Yeah, it's the bridge they hacked.
Yeah.
So basically, what happens is you've got a bridge that goes between this crypto blockchain and this crypto blockchain, and you swap your money over crypto, and that swap can be hacked. So what happens is, you imagine you go to a hole in the wall to deposit some funds. You go to the hole in the wall, and the hole in the wall opens, and a little tiny hand comes out and takes the money off you, and then runs away with it. That's what they've been doing.
Right.
So they've taken out the machine that should collect your money to then send it to the other side.
Yeah.
So when you go round the round the side to check your balance,
Yeah.
it says no money.
This sounds like something that Jeremy Beadle would have done,
Exactly. That's the light-hearted look at what North Korea have been
which
doing.
is
yeah.
not really light-hearted.
Which is not light, really.
Who sang "Building a Bridge to Your Heart"? Because that just got into my mind.
Was it
I
Glenn
did
Hoddle?
switch off a little bit when
Was
you were
it Glenn
talking
Hoddle?
about it. No, I don't think it
Was
was.
that Diamond Lights?
That was Diamond Lights.
That was a great song.
Great song. That.
Love that. Brown has no idea what we're talking
None
about.
at all.
So what do we think then? Do we think
going in.
do we think North Korea are the good guys or the
Bad.
bad guys?
No, that's
Why are you
not good,
asking
is
this
it?
question?
To steal stuff's never good, is it?
I'm asking you about North Korea. Do you think it's a bad thing or a good thing?
Bad.
A bad thing. What do you say?
Why does he need so long to think?
I think it's a poor little puppy being backed into the corner, and this is the only way of means of them getting out, which is to bite their ankles and protect themselves from the big bad America. They need the money for something, don't they?
They've got no money.
Why would they need to pay all this money for the?
got no money.
Whose fault is that?
America's fault.
No, it's not.
It is.
It isn't because they've.
They wouldn't need all this
decided that
military
that's
if
how
America
they
was
want to
on
live.
When was the last time? When was? We shouldn't talk too much about North Korea because
No,
it's
we'll
likely to
get
turn
banned.
the channel off.
Yeah.
Get banned.
But I mean, what do they really do
Well, we don't know. That's the problem, isn't it?
apart from hack people to get money?
Yeah.
It's not terrible. Right then, now on to something that I hope Peter finds
He might have
a
gone as
little
well.
bit more interesting. This is a good one. This
Is it?
Very light-hearted.
So
Light-hearted.
this channel is all about helping newcomers to crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big things with crypto is all this jargon or terminology. What do you like to call it? nonsense. Isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah, nonsense.
Yeah, I do.
All this nonsense
Yeah.
that myself and Brogan talk about.
It's just language for newness' sake, so that it's like a closed shop.
Yes.
It's very difficult to penetrate for a middle-aged man without sounding an idiot.
Exactly. And as a
Because
middle-aged
you do
man,
sound idiots.
and as a middle-aged man, it does get harder and harder to penetrate in
It does.
older years.
It does.
Now,
You
Brogan,
looked over me as well. So you can see
I'm
what
looking
acting.
over to you, so you know what we're going to talk about. You've got a couple of words there that we're going to ask Julian. It's a little bit like a quiz.
Yeah,
like blankety
no,
blank.
We're going to ask you it. We're just say it to you like a question, and that's it. And then
And then
you're going to have to interpret it.
And you can tell us what it means.
Ready?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Quick
I've got
fire.
much choice. I've
All right.
been set up. Perish.
Huddle.
Pardon?
Huddle.
Hoddle. HODL.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
To hold.
Spot on.
Because he can't spell.
Ding!
The
Next.
origin of it comes from a misspelled word.
We don't need to know.
Oh, okay.
It's a quiz.
Fine. When moon.
When moon?
Why when moon? Why can't you just say it?
I'm asking
When is
you.
it going to moon? Would
And-
be the full
okay.
terminology.
And for those listening, what does when moon mean?
When is it going to go high? Because
Spot
the moon
on.
is high in the
There
sky.
you go.
Ding!
Well, why can't you just say when's it going to go high?
Because when moon, WEN, MOON, is a lot quicker to type than what you've just said. It's like 7 characters.
Why did you need that extra 7 seconds? What were you doing that was so important that you needed those 7 seconds?
What's next, Brogan?
Do you think the families on Family Feud US complain when they get the answer right?
No, they don't.
I think they overjoy in
Exactly. So you're 2 for 2.
You're happy.
You're 2 for
You've won.
2.
You're winning.
Happy.
You are. Let's go for it. What's next?
When
Let's see.
Lambo.
When
What?
Lambo.
When Lambo.
Again, what does that even mean?
When Lambo.
When are
It
you?
doesn't make sense,
I'll
does
try,
it?
it means when are you going to get your Lamborghini?
Why you answered the question?
I've told him what the question. I've not told him the
It's
answer.
inferring that my investments are going to prove very fruitful, allowing me
Yeah.
to buy a sports car for a middle-aged man with issues.
You've got several issues.
As though everybody wants to buy a Lamborghini. Nobody wants to do
And
that,
the
do
last
they?
one is when Lambo.
If they're serious, they buy a good quality German car.
Oh, please.
And save the
Let's
rest.
What's the next
Continue.
question, Brogan? Let's
When
get
Binance.
When Binance.
That I haven't got a clue.
I'll answer that one. When, WEN, Binance, means when is this meme coin or joke coin or new coin going to be listed on Binance? Next.
When institutional investors.
What do you think that means?
Have you made that one up?
No, it's in the article.
That can't
Think,
be real.
think primitively.
What
When
does
are
it
think-
institutional investors going to get involved in
There
cryptocurrencies?
you go. That's all you need to think about. Think like
But
a caveman.
Why do they have to make it like that? So it takes me 10 minutes to work out what they're trying to say, just in order for them to save 7 seconds to write it correctly.
What's the next
This
one,
is
Brogan?
the problem with society.
Doge.
It's selfish.
Sorry?
Doge.
Doge.
Don't know. It sounds always like dodgeball to me.
Dogecoin.
Doge.
Dogecoin.
It's something to do with Elon Musk and a dog.
Okay.
I think he's doing really, what is he now? About 4 for 6, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or is he
something like
5 for 7? 4 for 6. He's done very well.
that. This is the
It's
last
a
one,
coin
so-
that has got no value whatsoever, that's gained value by people just buying it because they just think it's a good thing to do.
See, what you're demonstrating here
It's a
is
coin for idiots.
what you're demonstrating here
Strong
is something
statement.
very important, right? That jargon
Yeah. Yeah.
can be blinding just by being slightly different. But when you break it down,
Yeah.
it's just
It's not the jargon that
English.
irritates me. It's the fact that they're idle. The world is becoming idle and passing that problem on to me.
I know. But you've got to move with the times. You've
No, I
got to
don't.
degen into
No, I
these
don't.
NFT projects.
No, I don't. That's just like
do.
giving in.
You are.
I'm not going to give
You
in.
need to give in.
I'm not going to
You need
give
to
in.
give over. What's
No.
next?
When Satoshi.
I actually don't know what that means.
I do.
Do you know what that means?
No, I would imagine it'll be shortly after I'm going chilly this evening.
What's the answer?
When Satoshi expresses hope or anticipation that the true identity of pseudonymous Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto will be
never
revealed.
Just write that one down. After I've had my chili.
All right, is there another one?
That's it.
That's it. So I'd say, on the whole, Julian has demonstrated that to a layman, a man that knows very little about cryptocurrency, that he can pretty much navigate his way through crypto jargon.
Yeah, give me an hour to divulge a 15-line sentence and I'm away.
Exactly.
So
Well,
if
Peter
anybody's
said,
got time
bad.
to waste,
And they said right after that, the above comment was in reference to the North Korean question. So I assume Peter is saying he thinks like North Korean.
I completely agree
Things
with
about-
Peter. Completely agree with him.
I just wanted to have a varying opinion.
It's terrible. Yeah, playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
no, we like that.
Yeah, we need devil's
Yeah, we do
advocates in
like
here,
that.
don't
Do
we?
you think Pete heard my joke?
Do you want to repeat it for Peter? Because you might actually finish him off. Go for it.
3 of my favourite things are eating my family and not using commas. It's a great joke, that, isn't it?
Terrible joke.
It's a really great joke.
Oh, Peter will
Thought out joke that one.
probably
Yeah.
fallen off the sofa now. Right then. This next article,
Yeah.
we're both going to be in agreement on this.
Are we?
Yeah, Brogan might defend them. This is
We'll see.
Porsche, the
Right.
car manufacturer,
Yeah.
and they recently launched their NFT project, which everyone's launching these days because it's fashionable. However, as Brogan is going to demonstrate now, it hasn't gone down too well.
Peter said Lambo might as well be German, owned by the VW Group and powered by Audi engines.
There you go. That's knocked the spots right off it.
I don't know.
I think we found your replacement.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm
On
trying to
Brogan.
get rid of the comment quickly. Explained why established brands like Porsche are facing criticism for their NFT projects. German automotive giant Porsche launched its first NFT project on Monday, January 23rd. The collection includes 7,500 NFTs that pay homage to the brand's iconic 911 sports car. With the car's markers, I should actually maker. The car marker's legendary reputation.
Maker.
Are
You literally can't get the staff. It says the car markers.
You
legendary
cannot mess up English is bad
That's,
unless
that's
you don't know
your
what you're doing.
problem, isn't it? If they don't need to run a spell check.
No.
It's your problem to work out what they were trying to say.
He's still bitter about the
It's the same thing.
sayings, isn't he?
It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Maybe we should make our own meme up for him, and that just says "when barred," which is when is Julian going to lose his at this
Another funny
modern
one,
society.
which should be one of you should rewrite one of the articles for me, and
Yeah.
it's awfully English.
It's terrible. This.
Yeah. Anyways,
Right then.
So what they do when you get to own your little 911 in a different colour, dear, that you didn't display on your mobile phone.
Yeah.
And say to your mate, look at that, and they're just not interested in the slightest. But you're out of pocket a few grand, I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, I think Brogan's going to tell us how much.
They thought it would be really funny to make the price 0.911 Ethereum in that, but it also means it's valued at $1,500, which is slightly stupid.
What do you get for that? Just a picture of a Porsche?
I believe so. I don't.
Don't give you a test drive or 33 days driving one around. Or
No, you just
absolutely
get a
no
picture of the
utility.
car for $1,500.
This is yet again
Stupid.
another example
fleecing.
of a company. I can't swear, can I?
No, you
Another
can't.
company taking the proverbial
Yeah,
at the expense of
yeah,
6,000 of its customers.
yeah.
Except it's not how many actually sold. Didn't they pull it after 4,500?
Yeah, I think so.
They didn't actually sell out. No utility,
No,
no benefits,
no,
no membership.
no.
You get a stupid picture
Yeah,
of a Lamborghini for $1,500
yeah,
when you can go down to Smithfield Market
yeah,
and buy a poster of a Lamborghini for what, $5?
yeah.
Put it on your wall.
Or go to a Porsche garage and just take a photograph.
Exactly. Or go on the internet and look at pictures of Porsches, find a nice one,
Nice, yeah,
and download it as a screensaver.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Peter said, "Good joke."
Good
See?
joke.
It is
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah. It's a good joke. I'm sure Peter could come up with better.
I don't think you can.
I think he could. So, what do we think, Brogan? You're the one that you're the only person in this room that could defend Porsche for this.
I think. Oh wow. I think it's complete rubbish. We've had this conversation
Yeah.
countless times. I can't even count on two hands. That it's in order to have anything of value, it needs to have
Utility.
value. You need to have something to do with it,
Yeah.
or there has to be a reason of existence. And
Yeah.
there's no reason of existence. There's no point of being
Nope.
existing.
Nope. Exactly.
Everything exists for a reason
Precisely.
in life in general.
Utter waste of
Apart
time.
from these stupid NFT projects.
Yeah.
And they
Move
just
on.
tarnish the name of NFTs. They just tarnish NFTs, the whole idea of them. That the ones who actually do put effort in and do have something to go along with it,
Devalued.
yeah,
Exactly.
stupid.
So, my advice, which isn't financial advice to anybody watching or listening on catch up, as Brogan keeps saying, is if you think about buying an NFT, go to your freezer, take an ice cube out, and suck on the ice cube, and then go and sit down and turn on Countdown.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And it does nothing but annoy people in crypto
Yeah.
and annoy people who are coming to crypto and their first exposure is being ripped off by a stupid project that doesn't mean anything.
Or hammer your toe.
Yeah. Basically, cause injury to
Yeah,
yourself.
because by the time you've worried about the pain and it's worn off, you've forgotten about the NFT.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or every time you say the word NFT to yourself, I must get myself an NFT, punch yourself in the head
Yeah.
and build up an aversion therapy
Yeah.
to NFTs.
That's it.
Isn't it?
What's
It's
next?
a bit like going to watch Barnsley,
Well-
constantly seeing them losing, isn't it?
I wouldn't know about that this year.
We have the Confessions.
Now then.
Now I'm on the audio library of YouTube. I wanted to find some classical music to go along with these.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be funny
What
if we.
What are these?
Coinfessions.
Yeah.
Do you want
what
to
are they?
explain what they are,
No,
bro?
I think I'm gonna try and find some classical music. I feel like would fit the mood of.
Oh, okay, I'll
While
explain.
it's finding
So you
that,
explain it.
I'll explain what they are.
yeah.
So,
Finding the music, though, to me, sounds like that we're going to probably be ending the stream very shortly. It'll blow up again, I would imagine.
yeah, probably.
So,
Probably. You want me to try and talk over this?
that's nice.
That's it. That'll go for it. So, Coinfessions
Yeah.
is
You
a
explain it, and when I start reading it,
okay. Coinfessions is a Twitter account
Yeah.
where people in crypto who've had bad experiences in crypto come along and email them or message them anonymously and give them their problems or their life-changing mental scars that they've got from being in crypto.
Right.
And I thought it would be a good idea,
Yeah.
and we thought it would be a good idea, to include a few of these stories once every couple of weeks in our stream, just to show people how bad it can get.
Are we giving feedback to the writer?
We can do,
Right.
but what we want to say at this point in time, although these are funny,
Yeah.
and although we will probably be laughing ourselves at these,
Yeah.
you have to remember that the person who's written this
real
has
person.
suffered either
Greatly.
financially or mentally with what's gone on with them. But it's to tell people and highlight to people the dangers of crypto is great to invest in if you understand what's going on.
Yeah.
If you don't, follow our videos, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. Don't go and buy a coin down the pub that Dave said
Yeah.
is a cent that's going to be worth $200 next week because you're going to lose all your money.
You are.
You are. Or I am.
We all are.
We all are. I don't know anyone called Dave. So I think I'm all right.
No, fair enough.
Yeah. So these are slightly humorous,
Yeah.
and I'd like to say the
Sad.
disclaimer is we are probably going to laugh,
Yeah.
but let's not laugh at the individual. Let's laugh at the situation and
Yeah.
learn from it.
Okay.
Take it away, Brogan. Coming in
All right.
at number 1.
let me make sure the music works with. Alright. Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah.
I need to get a good voice.
Do we know who this is?
Anonymous.
No, they're all
Anonymous,
anonymous.
are they? All right. Okay.
Wait, actually, should I put the quote on the screen at the same time? Or should I just read it?
Just do what you want. You're in charge, Hollywood. You are Hollywood. Let's remind our viewers.
I'd put it on the screen at the same time.
Alright, okay.
You're Hollywood. You're the star of the show. You are the Ben Affleck to the Sean Connery and Roger Moore.
I invested $120,000 in early 2022 and lost almost all of it. $60,000 in DeFi King. It's a bit too loud, actually, huh?
You know what I love? I love experimenting midstream with
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah.
I invested $120,000 in early 2022 and lost almost all of it. $60,000 in DeFi Kingdoms jewels at $12 and sold at $0.12.
Brogan. It wasn't on the screen then. It was on YouTube Music.
Did you really have to interrupt me to do that?
Yeah.
It's on the screen right. I invested $120,000 in early 2022 and lost almost all of it. $60,000 in DeFi Kingdoms jewels at $12 and sold at only 12 cents. $20,000 in Harmony 1 at 18 cents and sold at 0.011 cents. $40,000 in AO Arts balls at 0.3 ETH. Ball when Ethereum was around $3,500. Have barely $5,000 of my original $120,000 investments left.
Right. Can we give our feedback now?
Yeah, I'll pause it. I'll start it again for the next one.
Have you heard of DeFi Kingdoms?
No.
Have you heard of Harmony 1?
No.
No.
Exactly.
So, what would your advice be to this gentleman or lady?
I'd stick with what we've heard of. Bitcoin, Ethereum. Stick there, fella.
Yeah. I agree. What do you say, Brogan?
I 100% agree. Who on earth are these people? Exactly. That's all you need to do.
115 grand's just gone like that. Piff, paff, poof.
Gone.
I will give one other piece of advice on this.
Yep.
And I can speak from experience on this. You have $120,000. There is a thing in financial terms called diversification
Yes.
and portfolio risk management, which sounds very boring, but basically means don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, dilute it.
So you got 120,000, put 115,000 in, like Julian's just said, Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe ADA and XRP and the usual ones, and then take $5,000, which you won't really miss if the market takes off.
Hope.
And put $5,000 in there or 500 in there and 500 in there. One of them might come off, but if you lose all your money, you've still got your nest egg.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be my advice.
And another thing, just a slight thing to add to it is if you are going to invest in these types of things,
Yeah.
where you invest really early, don't know if the project's going to go well or not, but you hope you're going to get in early enough that you can go really high.
Precisely.
Make sure you know what you're doing, and white papers. Is your camera
Next
on?
one. It's going to go off soon.
Oh, your phone go off. I will swap it.
Okay.
Maybe if it gets too off. Okay.
Next.
Can I come back to him though and just ask a basic question?
Yeah.
Are the legal enforcement after him? Because I think they should be.
What?
Well, 120 grand for somebody with that brain capacity. He's not got that legit, has he?
Good point.
He could have. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's not right,
There's
is
no
it?
right. There's no
Anyway.
answer to that.
There isn't. Next.
What is the next coinfession?
I just filed my 2021 to 2022 taxes. I'd always imagined I had done okay, but now I can see I have a complete mental breakdown that year. I made over 80,000 transactions, totaling $4,850,000, but somehow only made $20,000 profit. A few good wins were offset by a year of buying the exact top on hundreds of coins from influencers. Feels like I just put a dead relative to rest.
Wow.
So,
How many transactions? 80,000.
yeah.
This is why they have to shorten the sentences. That's what they're doing.
Anything you'd like to say to this anonymous person?
To be honest, I'm appalled that he's actually made 20 grand. It upsets me that he's come out profitable. That's what I take away from that.
Brogan?
I want to say, contradictory, keep doing what you're doing. Because if you have $5 million in crypto, you're doing something right.
No, he hasn't. He's just traded it 80,000 times. So he's probably got $100 that he's traded 80,000 times and he's come out with £20,000 profit. It's trading volume.
Oh, is it volume?
Yes.
There's 80,000 transactions at 4.5 million.
Yeah. Which is 50 quid or $50, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it $500? It might be $500.
Might be 500.
So he's got $500 that he's traded 80,000 times.
Yeah.
Right, I see my errors. Right.
Yeah, well, it's not your... Listen, your error pales into insignificance
That's true.
to trading and making $20,000.
Yeah.
I thought his transactions being in crypto, like into crypto, was about 5 minutes. I thought,
How
okay,
long
well,
do you
he's
reckon it takes him to do each individual trade?
well,
Well,
1
what's
second.
that?
He's going that fast.
He's doing what 1,100 transactions a day.
Yeah.
Is it? Maybe a bit more.
Can divide
It's
it
a
if you
lot
want to.
anyway, isn't
It's
it?
a lot.
It's a lot of transactions. I don't know, like 1,100 a day.
So how much is
Well,
he
let me
on?
tell
If he's earned 20 grand, how much an hour has he actually been on? Pence, isn't it?
Well, he's making 25 cents a transaction. 20p a transaction.
He does
Yeah.
220 transactions a day.
220 transactions a day. So let's say he goes at, what's that, 9 an hour?
Yeah.
9 an hour, every hour of every day for a year, and you come out $20,000 up.
It's a lot of graft, that.
It's a lot of graft. So my advice would be
Keep it simple, fella.
keep it simple and hodl.
Yeah.
He'd have made more hodling.
Yeah.
Brogan thinks he should carry on.
If you're simple.
No.
keep
I
it
completely
simple.
changed. I completely changed my advice because I thought the way it worded, I thought he had something like around 5 million in crypto,
No.
which he was doing 80,000 trades on.
No.
I think it's the same advice as last one, where it's just stick to what you know.
Which is not this, clearly.
Not that.
Because
Okay.
if he's done hundreds of basically meme coins,
Yeah.
buying at the top, he's bought 100 different coins, which
Yeah.
are all done awful. Just
Yeah.
buy the top couple
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just leave it for a year, and you will come out probably even better than you
It
did.
would be better for him to move to Gibraltar as well.
Yeah, it
Because
was.
we have so many power cuts.
Yeah.
It would stop
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because apparently there's another one at the moment.
Is there?
Yeah.
In
All right
South
now.
District.
I think at home, yeah. Somebody's dropped the manual again.
Next, Brogan. What's the last one? This is the third one.
Yeah.
This one, viewer discretion is advised because
So there are naughties in it.
it's got a few
Naughties.
naughties in it, yeah. Take it away, Brogan.
There was a bridge hack last year. At the time, I had over half my net worth on that chain affected. That morning, I sat down at my desk, opened Twitter, and saw the news. I literally shat my pants. Rather than dash to the toilet, I sat. Hold on. The audio's gone off.
Don't leave us hanging with that comment.
I need to read it again. There was a bridge hack last year. At the time, I had over half my net worth on the chain affected. That morning, I sat down at my desk, opened Twitter, and saw the news. I literally shat my pants. Rather than dash to the toilet, I sat there, desperately trying to recover my funds, while diarrhea ran down my legs.
Now then, before we get an answer to that, I think the best thing is to swap my camera over because mine's about to die.
Is it?
That's okay.
Yeah. I
We
think
got a backup.
we've got a backup, yeah.
Yeah, you've got my phone.
It's brilliant, this.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Do I just want me to turn this one off?
Just sit back.
Sit back.
So he's lost half his net worth.
On a chain attack.
So he had half his net worth that he's in entire life on a crypto bridge.
Yes. And like we've just mentioned with North Korea, that's how they got their $100 million in funds out
Everything's at its weakest when it's moving.
across chains. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So look at when they move money in vans
precisely.
or on trains.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So that's gone up now. That's died 1,000 deaths. And now we get a new one.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. This is modern technology. Look at this. Look at that there. Here he comes.
There it is. Back on.
Back on. Look at that. Speed and efficiency.
Brilliant.
Does it need to be the right way around, or will it flip the right way around?
It'll flip eventually.
Hey, look at that. Superb. So, obviously, this man has been in a terrible position. My advice would be, again, he's not diversified.
No.
If he'd diversified, it might have only been 10% of his funds,
Yeah.
not however many it ended up being, 50% of his funds.
Yeah.
No.
He didn't diversify. He's kept everything in one place. Terrible.
Yeah.
I've got a comment from Henri. Welcome back, Henri. He says, speechless.
Absolutely, Henri.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What advice would you give to this gentleman?
Fibre in his diet.
Fibre in his diet. Brogan?
Yeah. What could you give to this person which would actually go into their brain?
A Coke.
Cork where?
Right up.
What could I give to him?
You're only delaying the pressure. wouldn't you?
It'll burst one day. It'll hit someone in the head.
Exactly.
He'll only be in jail for assault. It's the best place for
He
him.
would.
Keep him away from his money.
Yeah.
So, that I think's a nice new segment.
It is. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah. I've always liked to laugh at people's misfortunes.
Yeah. Well, we're not.
Falling people fall down and stuff like that. I love it.
We're not laughing at their misfortunes.
You're not.
We're
You're
using.
pretending not to.
No, I'm not.
I'm laughing at them.
We're using them as examples, a cautionary tale
It is a
to
cautionary
viewers
tale.
to stick to the basics.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stick with
I'd
the top.
say all of those three have the attributes of a gambler.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Dangerous.
Very dangerous. Now then, question time. We're going to start with me today and then do Julian, and you're going to be last.
Right.
Because you have a very special video,
Yes, I have a video even.
which we're going to play for any entitled Westerners out there.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so we're going to start with me.
Right, so, Michael.
Yes.
This is from Sandra in Coventry.
Hi, Sandra in Coventry. Thanks
been
for
the
watching.
That's brazen. Right.
Wowzers.
Who's been the most successful celebrity who made it in crypto?
The most successful celebrity that has made it in crypto would have to be Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
before crypto and NFTs became mainstream,
Yeah.
he went under a pseudonym.
Right.
I can't remember if it was
His
called
proper name, maybe.
Meh.
Dimitri, he was called.
Right.
And he became one of the biggest holders of NFTs in the world. And at one point, probably before the crash, his NFT portfolio was worth 20 or 30 million dollars. And he bought into the right ones. So much so, and he was so successful that when it came out that he was Snoop Dogg, or Snoop Dogg was him,
Yeah.
nobody believed him because it was so successful. How could Snoop Dogg be this man that had managed to buy all of these NFTs and be a success? So for me, not only is he the most successful, he is the pioneer of bringing NFTs mainstream.
Fair enough.
My answer. What's
Good
Julian
answer,
got?
Well, before we go to Julian, we have a question, which I think we already have an answer to. Come on here. I've hit my microphone about
You've hit it a
three
few
times now
times.
today.
This has been a shock. Ever since the 14th, the day after,
Yeah.
the day after Friday the 13th, ever since that day,
We've had disasters.
Henri, don't ask for the dad joke again. Now he's going to have to say it for the third time.
I think it's a good joke.
Did you,
Mother
did
of
you not
Henri,
hear
baby
it? Did you not
Jesus.
hear
No,
it?
I think he has only just got on.
again.
He said
new to it.
he hasn't heard it yet. He said, "Do we get the dad joke of the day?"
Take it away, Julian.
Go on. It's your moment.
It doesn't really have the same impact though without the build-up. 'Cause we were
It does
talking
for
about,
Henri.
We were talking about things that we liked, weren't we?
It does for Henri. He's going to love it.
Three of my favourite things are eating the family and not using commas.
Is that one, Andre? That's a pretty good one.
Thanks,
thought it was a
Henri.
good one.
I've only heard it 4 times today.
Yeah, it don't get better with age.
Right.
What are we doing after the show anyway?
Not dad jokes.
We're going straight home. Going for a drink.
Don't
Straight
know.
home.
Don't know why. Is this a trick question?
No, just he's got his video at the end. I thought we might wrap it up a bit quick after that.
Right. What's
Do you know the pub from my house is only 5 minutes away?
Is it?
Yeah, but when I walk home, it's 30 minutes. The distance is
Staggering.
Hey!
Pete said all bran. I don't really know what that means, but
All bran has got plenty of fibre in it.
Plenty
oh,
of
something
fibre.
And
like
it
that.
bums you
Oh,
up a
right.
little bit.
I was
Back him
really
right
odd.
up.
Exactly. You got.
Oh, you're not gonna like this one. He said the bard for question time. Any more dad jokes?
Let the bard think about dad jokes, but he needs to answer his
I
question.
know, but
Yeah, go on.
I think we need to prioritise the views before.
We are,
Us.
but we can't put him on the spot for dad jokes.
All right, okay.
you
Well,
can't.
you can answer your
You've
question.
had two. We
Alright.
limit it to two.
Okay, Peter. He'll at the end after me and him have answered our questions. There'll be more dad jokes. So, Julian,
Mhm.
your question is: what is the worst conspiracy theory in crypto you've heard? From Dave in Cheshire.
Last week's. Or maybe next week's. Because they're all awful, aren't they? I hate conspiracy theories. You know that I do.
Which is that? Do you want me to run some
You can do.
by you?
Yeah, you can do. I
See
give my
which ones you
instant
don't like.
impressions. I won't like any of them.
The billionaires being murdered.
For what?
The crypto
Oh,
billionaires.
yeah.
Oh, that was just utter nonsense. Absolute rubbish.
All right, so that's one you didn't like.
Yeah.
What other ones?
That was where they were laid on the beach, wasn't it?
No, they were dead on the beach.
Yeah, they were dead on the
Yeah.
beach.
They weren't laid on the beach.
Yeah.
They weren't
And
having
one
a
of
nap.
them had gone down in a helicopter crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, last week we did a review of the various billionaires that have been murdered.
Yeah, they weren't murdered.
They
weren't murdered.
And Julian didn't believe.
There was no reason for them to be murdered.
No, there wasn't.
It was nonsense.
No.
What other ones have you got?
What other ones have we got? The theory that Ethereum has changed to proof of stake from proof of work so that the World Economic Forum can control Ethereum. All right, then. Last one, then.
Yeah.
Meghan is actually a lizard woman, and she's trying to take over the royal family via Harry.
It's not a crypto.
That's clearly not true, is it? Because you don't want to be anywhere near them.
Well, I'd have to give you three options. I've got to think of two.
Yeah.
So which of those is which one do you not like the most?
The first two.
The first two. Right, Brogan, take away your question.
All right, my question is, I'll go to it. Bitcoin is a scam. It's not real money, from Patrick London. It's more of a statement, but it's a statement we're about
That's
to
a
debunk.
sweeping statement by Patrick.
Yes.
Yeah.
He needs to get back in his lane.
We have a video for
Is
it.
this Patrick guilty?
I don't know.
He
Okay.
won't be in
I don't
London,
know.
would he, these days? His career's...
Did you know that in 2017, the World Bank reported that there were 1.7 billion unbanked adults? That's 1.7 billion people without an account with a financial institution or access to savings, loans, or a mobile money provider. How is this possible? Well, having access to additional bank account isn't that easy for some people. Often, people can't create an account or access them. They may cost money or have financial requirements. In fact, there are many reasons why they may not exist in an accessible manner. And that's where crypto can step in. Crypto lets people store, send, and receive funds in just a wallet, a digital one. In fact, it's totally free to set up. Developing countries are some of the largest cryptocurrency adopters because of their popularity in the remittance market. What are the remittance markets, you ask? Remittances are money transfers across borders, often sent to family or friends in a person's country of origin. The World Bank estimates that remittances can account for up to 20 to 40% of GDP in developing countries. And as you may expect, crypto is developing bigger in developing countries because of this. So now, an increasing number of people can send, receive, or manage their money, whether it's with crypto or with a bank.
Nice, that. Sounded like an advertorial.
For Binance.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I found that after we'd received the question. What's your first take on that, Brogan?
I agree with it 100%. I mean, a big, a big place which has this problem, which is now being solved, is Africa. One thing I want to point out, which Bitcoin, because there's already kind of a market for mobile banking in Africa with private members coming in to help, is that with Bitcoin or with cryptocurrencies in general, it doesn't have you can't really set let me come back to the companies. They can set their transaction fees for an extreme amount of money and just extort these poor people who can't set up their own banks and just abuse them out of money. But with crypto, it's decentralized. It's not controlled by a governing body. It's just a system which allows for money transfer. And, remittances aren't going to cost you too much money when you're sending it to and from. So for a problem, if it hasn't been solved already, can solve, and for a problem which is trying to be solved, helps further.
That is a brilliant answer.
So I need to be excused. So I feel so we keep it on. You guys have a chat. I'm going to leave the comments if anyone has any more questions. I'll only be 30 seconds.
Okay.
On that bombshell.
On that bombshell, we're good.
Yeah.
See, I was going to have a bit of a rant about this.
Why?
Because Westerners
Yeah.
are pretty self-entitled.
Yeah.
They've got a better standard of living than pretty much anyone outside of maybe North America or whatever. So when people say to me crypto is a scam, they say it from their ivory tower.
Oh, yeah. But isn't that common with everything in the West?
Yeah.
We do that about everything, don't we?
Exactly. And
We
we've
don't take
got...
into account anything in other nations and stuff.
No. So we've got... Let's just take Africa, for example. They get ripped off by pretty much every nation on earth to the point where they have to use mobile phone minutes as their currency because they can't use the banks. They're not allowed. The transactions are too high, or maybe not the transactions are too high, but the micro transactions are too small to use a bank. Cryptocurrency, 90% of cryptocurrency won't exist in 10 years' time because they are meme coins or have no function or whatever. And if you look at something like Cardano or even Bitcoin, you can airdrop Bitcoin to starving families in 2 minutes flat. From the second of the request to them receiving the funds, they can have that in 2 minutes. You can't do that with any bank.
No.
You can't do that with
They all
MoneyGram.
take a cut as it goes through as well.
Everyone takes a cut. MoneyGram charges 20%, 15%.
Appalling.
It's appalling. So to say crypto is a scam is you being uneducated.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's flippant because you don't know enough about cryptocurrency. But what you fail to understand is you haven't got a need for it because you've got a credit card in your wallet or purse. And you can go to the shop and you can buy what you want and you can pay your bills within reason. Obviously, we know there's a recession. We know things cost an awful lot of money. But we're talking about people with nothing. They haven't even got rice.
Yeah.
So to turn around and call crypto a scam is pretty appalling. But we need the education, which is why we're here, to teach people why crypto is doing the job that banks should have done 200 years ago.
Yeah.
But they won't do because they don't want the risk.
But they never will they? Because they've got to pay the staff. They've got to pay ground rents. They've got to pay everything like that because they're commercial.
Yeah.
Therefore, they have to charge.
Precisely.
Which is very, very unfair on the people that don't need it most.
Precisely. And the other
So
thing...
something that's decentralised, that people actually run themselves, is a huge threat, which is why it's undermined in the press.
Yeah.
But it is fantastic for developing countries.
Exactly.
And for individuals.
And the other side of it is, the other issue that a lot of these places have with cryptocurrency is it's immutable, i.e., if we send food to Africa, half of it will get there, or a quarter of it will get there, and it'll get stolen, or pirates will take it, whatever. If you airdrop 1 million families $5, they all get the $5. Every single cent of that money goes to the people that need it, and not some pirate or not some government official that wants to dip his toes in and take a bit of the funds.
When do you think we'll see the first appeal, like Red Nose Day in the UK, where you can actually pay in cryptocurrencies?
I would say Apple...
Because that would be a game changer.
It will be.
If they then explained on TV that 100% of your money is actually going to go to the end because we don't need to touch it.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
Yeah, but that won't happen.
No, it won't.
Because there's too many people already with their hands in the pockets.
Correct.
But the possibility of it happening
Yeah.
is probably no more than 2 or 3 years away.
Yeah.
Because you've got Apple are now looking at some kind of wallet
Yeah.
which has crypto enabled on it. That might be 2 years away.
Mm-hmm.
Google are already further down the line, so anyone with an Android phone will be able to do that.
Yeah.
And all you're missing, which is where Visa and MasterCard have been working, is they're working on using USDC, which is a crypto version of the dollar.
Like the E-Pound.
Like the
we discussed
E-Pound
earlier.
or the E-Euro, whatever it's called. And at that point, your $5, after MasterCard and Visa have taken their 5 cents cut, that will then give $4.95 to the charity in Africa to actually get stuff done. So that charity gets $4 or $5 instead of getting $2.
Yeah.
But it gets there straight away. So the following morning, they will have $100,000 that previously they'd need to go and get a bank account, which no one's allowing them to get because they're a charity.
Yeah.
They'll be able to get the money, which won't have been stolen by pirates and officials, and they'll all have the money. But there's so many people along that chain that want to steal
Yeah.
that crypto is going to have to completely bypass everybody and go straight from source to source. And there are websites at the minute where you can do what you've just said. You can come along and you can say, I am going to give $20 to that school in Uganda and I want to pay for it with cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, that school will have your $20 in full with no deductions.
Yeah.
So
no parasites.
No parasites. So back to the original question. As a Westerner,
It's a very good question.
yeah, it's a very good question. But watch more of the videos on this channel and understand a bit more about crypto and blockchain technology before you call it a scam, because all you're doing is reciting what's in mainstream media and what the governments are telling you, and you're not seeing the real picture. Anything,
Very true.
Brogan, you want to add to that?
No, not really. I think it was a good summary. I mean, chatted about it for quite a while now, and
Is that a good point to finish on then?
I think so. I mean,
Hey, let's wrap it up while we can.
Yes.
I think so too.
Let's say our goodbyes before we get cut off and everything
true.
blows up.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank
I haven't
you,
had any more
Peter.
comments, so I guess we'll leave it at that then. We had like
Brilliant.
7 people, so I was wondering if people want to talk, but
I think there's a little bit of a delay on the comment feed.
There is,
yeah, maybe.
Well,
We'll
thanks
have
to
try and
everybody.
work on it.
And we will see you all on Monday.
Monday,
But in the meantime, please like and subscribe.
click on that bell.
And make sure you keep your eye out for Julian's next short, which will be about
I think it's about Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew.
I don't think we can say that.
And cut.
Well, we can say that. He's looking at his future career plans.
Andy Pants down. We're allowed to mention him.
No, we can't
You're making it
mention
worse than that,
that.
aren't
I
you?
am now.
We can't
Right.
mention that.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
See you
Goodbye.
soon.
See you
Good night.
Monday. Bye.